Where do I start? What were the questions one more time?
Was the most challenging?
All right, for me, on my particular jobs, you know, I know, Margaret, you said label the pictures when we took them off the wall, but I said, no, we'll remember. It's going to be fine. Don't worry. Getting everything back on the wall to satisfy the salon was the most challenging. The most fun, I think the whole thing was fun. You know, from start to finish, I had a great time, and it seemed so smooth. There were so many different with the program. I thought it's going to be a lot going on, but it just seemed like it clicked along without a hitch, so it was fun.
I don't know if I viewed anything as being a challenge. I'm a type of person I like to be involved, and so I guess being a part of your life and with Carla and meeting Paul and Mary during the whole process of as far as the challenge, I think after it was all said and done on how actually tired I was. I didn't realize how much, and I imagine how much effort you put into it, and so it took the wind out of me for a good day.
I really had this vision of embodying the land and bringing the land to the party, because I know the land is so important to you. And so I had to go out seeking the right kind of tree to be. But I found some very delicate eucalyptus trees. I just had so much fun kind of harvesting them clandestinely and, you know, beginning to create the character. I'm not sure it was challenging, it was liberating. I mean, I really, I felt like I had found a way to really participate in your vision, and that was very satisfying.
A couple of years ago, I forget how long now, I made a throne for Andrea Jepson for her 60th birthday, and Margaret immediately became very jealous and has been mentioning it over the years since then that, well, she'd like one too. And so when she approached me and said, I'd like you to build a chair for the event, I knew that now was the time for me to do that. And so I guess I just got into that, you know, the art space and spent, you know, a lot of time and really enjoyed being in that space, putting the chair together. It was good.
The most challenging thing is always when I'm in your presence to be on the energy plane that I feel you are on, which is elevated and inspirational. That's always the most challenging. The most fun was just being part of the event. I mean, all the people and just the energy was so bright and celebrative. And I just honor the opportunity to be part of your inspirational vibrations. Thank you.
I wasn't really doing it for this. And Folawole, who was also the dancer in the Porter's love song.
Well, there wasn't much of a challenge. I think it was just a lot of fun. Maybe the only challenge was eating all the cakes. So 8 different cakes was not a good challenge. I don't mind. And but yeah, it was a joy to dance with you. So
I forgot the question. Was it you? How we would sing you being challenged?
No, no. Oh no. No, I'll do that. No, was there something that was particularly challenging or particularly fun for you?
Challenging was seeing how everything was timed. I was really impressed about that, how everything was timed. It was really beautiful and made it even a lot more fun, I think, for everybody and you.
Well, thanks. You were a big help.
I pushed 2 buttons on an iPod. I think the challenging part was trying to imagine it the way that you were before being able to see it, and the fun was seeing it and having it all done.
And by far the most challenging part was getting that damnable double-sided sticky tape onto your little mustache and beard. It was practically insane. And possibly the most fun was just sticking it on your dear little mug, dear. Although, assisting you back to your feet after your grand fall for attention and discovering there were no broken bones or tragedies was also up there topping the list of good times of the evening. I could go on and on. It was really fun to see how your magical presence transformed glama-rama too, because I see it all the time and it don't always look like that, honey. Let me tell you.
The most challenging was to figure out what I was going to wear so that I wouldn't get lost in the crowd.
Well done.
And the most fun was having a justification to have 8 pieces of cake.
And Jim, who introduced my dear friend, quotable critic a la boot me.
I think the most fun was meeting with you and talking to you on the phone and emailing you in the months and weeks prior to, well, what about this? Well, what about this? Well, should we do this? I thought that was really fun. And then getting together with you the next day and debriefing. Well, how do you think it went? And that for me was as much fun, if not more, than the actual few hours of the party itself. I think if I had to say, that was the challenge, because I wanted so much for it to be exactly the way you wanted, and the timing and the cakes where they were supposed to be when, and so it's sort of exactly the opposite of what Janine said.
Well, I don't know if there was any challenges. You know, the book came fairly easy for me, you know, and I really was looking forward to giving it to you. And as far as fun goes, I was really looking forward to going to glama-rama.
I was the same way. I just had to press a couple of buttons. It wasn't anything. So really the most difficult thing was I was having a really difficult time locking my bike outside. That was the most challenging thing, and the most fun thing was finally seeing the legendary critic, Alabut Me, in person. I mean, that was right up there with the Who at Winterland 1975. That was really something.
The most challenging was also the most fun. The lip sync. It was the most challenging, but it was the most fun. After I had rehearsed some people for a month or so, Vincent came over so that we could do it together. And I did my part. And when I was done, the first thing he said was, "It needs some work." And then he said, "Oh, it was fabulous and wonderful and da-da-da-da-da," but those first words. So then I had to go back to work, and the next time we got together, he was very supportive, and he said, "Oh, it is good, it's coming, it sounds good, you've got it." And how long did you work on it? And I said, "I've done it like more than 50 times. But it was great fun doing it.